What if I did that on like our first or second date? Would you?
You've done worse.
What? What did I do, man?
We'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah, I know some stuff.
Want to chat?
Yeah, sure.
Well. I always have to make you laugh in the beginning.
Yeah, you always make me laugh.
Welcome to our first episode.
Yay!
Surfer skeleton.
Let's go.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. How you doing, babe? You had COVID this week. So Tina had COVID.
Yeah.
She had the vid.
For the first time. And I don't know, would you say it was mild?
Seemed pretty severe. She had the back pain. She had a bacchiotomy. Her back was broken.
Yeah. A little over mild. Not very mild, but not too extreme.
Over mild. It sounds like an egg.
Egg, yeah. Or a steak.
How do you want your eggs? Over mild, please.
Anyways, welcome to our first episode. I have recovered and I feel great.
Yeah.
When I look this way and I'm talking, is that okay? James gave me a lot of ish for last time.
Yeah, because you could barely hear her.
Yeah.
You could barely hear her say anything.
I'm a very mellow girl.
Yeah, she's too chill, apparently.
Until you piss me off. Then my voice can go really high. How was your week?
My week was good. It was busy.
This is where you were sleeping.
Actually, it was busy, but it wasn't too busy. Yeah, this was my bed. So
because we separated.
Yeah.
For a week, for more than a week. Crazy.
Yeah, I managed to crush almost 4 seasons of Yellowstone.
And on the 4th season, I'm into it now because I've been hanging out around you now.
One of my friends at work was making fun of me because I asked literally everybody I encountered, "Yo, do you watch Yellowstone?" And he's like, how many people have you asked, man?
How many people are watching it because you're watching it?
5, a solid 5. And they're all pushing into season 3. And I just told them like 2 days ago.
Yeah, the scenery itself is it's in Montana, so it's like mountainous and we love mountains, if you didn't know. Yeah. We're craving a mountain trip right now.
Yeah, right? Yeah. We need to. Wait, go on a hike.
I didn't do my ASMR.
Oh my God. I don't get it. Yeah. ASMR, I don't understand.
I'm the person in what is it, 70% of the world or something? 60%?
60%, I think, yeah.
Who get crazy. It, and then 40% just don't get
insane.
it. That's how I fall asleep if I can't sleep. I just put ASMR videos on.
Yeah. Anyways, guys and gals, gal-dems.
So here we are, our first episode.
Yeah, our first episode. So we're streaming all of this on YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. So you can look at it on there. Also,
if you want to see our face.
Yeah, if you want to see our face and hit up the comments there.
Yeah.
So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow us on IG at Tina Talebi.
Yeah.
And it was funny when I was driving to work. I was listening to the radio. And it was such a weird thing they were talking about. So this guy and this girl were on a date.
You're getting into it, eh?
I'm getting into it. Yeah, I'm just going for it.
Okay, go ahead.
So this guy and this girl were on a date, and the guy they were at a restaurant that had all you can eat bread, and at the end of the dinner, this guy didn't tip, and he told the server, "You need to do better. You didn't bring enough bread."
Like to the server's face?
Like to the server's face, yeah.
Wow. And he didn't tip him, and he said that.
Yeah. And it was like their third date that the girl was on with this guy. And so she called into the radio and said, "Listen, I need help. I don't know what to do. This seems like a red flag." Because this guy didn't tip and he was so firm on his belief. And I mean, everybody has I tip too much, I'd say.
You tip when you go pick up food.
I don't anymore. I just feel bad,
Yeah, you tip you would tip a fast food drive-through person, which is really nice.
Yeah, they're working hard. I feel like they deserve it.
That's a different kind of red flag. It's like are you gonna have money with this guy for the rest of your life, or is he gonna give it all away?
Yeah.
Kind of
True.
a red flag.
True. Yeah. So, like, this whole thing was kind of like the whole topic that we're going to talk about today is red flags. And, you know, long story short, this girl is kind of torn up. Like, what do I do? Do I break up with this guy? Is this actually a red flag? Is it something, because it's something that's kind of like caught me off guard? And, I mean, everybody has their own opinions. Like, someone else had called in and said, like, they don't care to tip, you know? And it's like, and I mean, that's okay, because like in different countries, they don't tip, right?
Yeah, but this
here,
was
I think
in
the
North
wages,
America. This
yeah,
call.
Here it's rude in North America not to tip, and the wages for a server, I believe, are
really low.
They're lower
than minimum wage.
Yeah, because they bank on tips.
Yeah. So for someone to say, "Oh, I don't tip," here is very greedy, stingy, and rude.
So there's Tina's firm stance on it. Eh?
Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a red flag where you need to leave the guy.
Okay, what if I did that? What if I did that on like our first or second date? Would you?
You've done worse.
What? What did I do, man?
We'll get to that later.
Oh yeah, I know some stuff. Yo, but it wasn't like that. I feel like this, like not tipping is like a call to someone's character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's defining like a core belief that I don't think. I mean, personally.
So you would call it off?
For me, yeah. Like I would at first I'd call it out. I'd be like, yo, what the heck? I would. That's weird, man. That's rude. I'd be like, why didn't you tip? Actually, she did ask him and he said, because they didn't do their job properly. Oh. But like, yo, he got bread still. He just didn't get enough.
So, okay, yeah. Personally, I wouldn't think of it as a red flag if you're asking for my opinion.
Okay.
I would say I would not just give up like that on somebody on the first thing that I see, like in relation to not tipping. If it happens more than once, yeah. But you know me, I would bring it up right away. I would bring
everything up right away.
Yeah, I would be like, hey, why didn't you tip? And then what did he say? That because they didn't do their job properly? I would be like, no, actually they did. You're being kind of rude. I would just confront the person right then and there instead of holding on to it and seeing what happens later. I don't do that stuff. Like I bring it up. No,
I don't think she was trying to hold on. She was trying to make a call, right?
I know. I'm just thinking in my head, you could not say anything and see if it happens again, but why? Just say it.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Just get it out, right?
Yeah.
Don't harbor things.
Yeah. But no, it
So you wouldn't classify that as a red flag?
Not the first
you know what? I think what would define it as a red flag is a red flag for her personally, because if it bothered her enough to actually message a radio station about it, I think that's like.
And I guess it depends.
Like that must have hit pretty hard, you know?
I guess if he was really snobby and like being extra rude and you're not feeling the guy anyway, then you're like, cherry on top, get out of here. Never call me, you know? But if it's like you like the guy, everything is going well, and then you see this one thing, you talk about it, I would say, instead of just writing the person off.
Yeah, I feel like you shouldn't, like, I don't know. I don't think there should be red flags. Like, if there's someone you're trying to pursue a serious relationship, I don't think there should be any red flags. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, red flags, I feel like I guess let's define a red flag. For me, I think a red flag is this relationship actually going to work if it's like this?
Yeah.
Because I see this,
So what would be a red flag if I had done that you would have been like, no? Or I did do.
If you were like a flirt with other guys.
Right. Major red flag.
I'd be like, cut.
Yeah.
And not playing around with this. Mm-hmm. You know?
For me, it would be if you were same thing. He's very like, he's in Persian means like someone who has wandering eyes. But I've explained it to James, so he knows the word. But yeah, if I'm like on a date with you and you're looking at other girls and it's, you know, it's gross, or you're giving me that kind of eyes.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. But, you know, it might be if this guy is being that rude. Remember we had one experience where someone who we know was kind of rude to a server, and then we were kind of like, whoa, this person's kind of changing a little bit.
Yeah.
And we were sad about it because we love the person.
Yeah, that was
You know,
that was tough.
so it could be because the person actually, this girl really cared about the guys. The third date, you know, she's excited, and then she sees this and she's like, ew, it's kind of like an ick.
Yeah, true.
So I guess you just have to trust your instinct if you've called into a radio station.
Yeah, if it's that serious that you called into the radio station to get this like citywide advice on your issue,
Yeah.
that's pretty deep. That's a
Yeah.
deep cut. That's a red flag, I think.
If you had done that,
She should listen to this podcast.
yeah.
We
You
just
should
gave
try
her
to
her
find it.
answer.
If you had done that, I wouldn't have counted it as a red flag. You knowing who you were, because you asked me weirder questions. Yeah, again, that's for another time. But I'm just saying, you can't just write people off like that. You're giving up maybe on a person who's actually really nice, but has certain parts of their life where maybe they were raised like that, and you need to just let them know. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, how come I've been snobby or whatever it may be?"
Yeah, they could just
Give them a
need
chance.
a little instruction.
Yeah,
Maybe they didn't feel like that. Maybe they were stressed out.
yeah. There's so many aspects.
Yeah.
But if it's bothering you that much to call in, then
Yeah, I think that's the answer.
yeah, then you need to leave it.
I find that so many people, like, I mean, we've been married for a while, so, you know, we know a lot of people that are just kind of in the dating game or not even dating because they find it
So
so
yeah,
hard to match
these
with
days.
people.
Yeah.
And I feel like the whole like dating thing is just too fast and easy.
Yeah, because
So
it's
that-
online and people are like, they talk and then it's like they meet. Either they don't meet and they talk for too long, or they meet too soon.
Meet too soon, yeah. Like, or yeah, meet too soon. Like, I feel like the timing, I feel like in a relationship, the timing is the most important thing, right? Like when you're like just going about your day, doing your thing, just doing you, I find that's when the most solid relationships tend to happen, and like
Right.
more long lasting ones, because you're not looking to like make something out of nothing, or, you know, shape that idea you have with the person that you're physically attracted to. You know, like, you know, you see somebody, you're like, wow, they're like, I'm attracted to them, they look good, and then you want them to be the certain person that you're looking for,
Right.
but they're not,
They're not.
just because they were there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like convenient, or, you know, you're able to cross paths because all it is like a swipe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. But at the same time, you hear that so much, right? Where you tell your friends, people who are in relationships always tell their single friends, just stop looking and it'll come. And it's so annoying to them because it's like they're at a certain
Yeah.
age where they want to meet someone, and it's not like they can just hang around, especially for girls with the biological clock and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
more difficult. But
But you know what though? That's the thing. We've kind of set up like, I don't know. I feel like we're in this weird like transition period in like life in general, because like back before, like with my parents, like everybody, even your parents, like they all had kids at like 20.
yeah.
Like most of them, 20 or 22 latest was
Or
the first
younger.
child,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like now it's like 30 is kind of when people are starting to enter like marital relationships or more a serious relationship, you know,
Yeah.
buying a house and moving in, because I feel like everything is moving at a different pace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, maybe we're just trying to navigate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like figure it out.
100%.
You're looking at me like, what the hell are you
No,
talking
no.
about?
I'm
Like-
just thinking about how true that is, because it's like so many people are trying to figure that out right now, including us with kids and stuff, you know?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we're in a position where we don't know when to have kids, or if we want to have kids. Like,
or-
and we can't make that decision.
Like, do we like kids? This is our main question of ourselves. And
Yeah.
when I say that, I don't mean in general, but to have, you know, because when you have a kid, they're around you obviously all the time.
Well, that's your life. Kid's your life now. You don't just
Yeah.
have a kid just for having a kid. That's what I believe. That's what you believe too.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? I feel like you should be excited about having a kid. Like, you
See,
should
that
think
would be
and
a
like,
red flag. If I'm like, if we're speaking about red flags, let's say you and I are on a date and we're talking about, so like, do you picture yourself having kids in the near future? First of all, some people are going to freak out and say, that's such a like a
Yeah,
bad
well.
question to ask. I don't care. I ask. I mean, you and I both. You again. We asked each other things, mostly you, that were inappropriate.
Yo, you gotta be honest. You gotta. There's no games. Like that's the thing, man. Like
Exactly.
I like the stuff I hear
Mhm.
pisses me off because like you just hear the dumbest stuff.
Yeah, like,
People
oh, I
playing
can't
games
ask
like I
that.
can't ask that. Why would I ask that? What if he goes away? Who cares if that guy goes away or that girl goes away? Then like
They're not meant for
they're
you.
not meant for you. Then
Like, why
obviously
would a question, if I ask a guy or a guy asks a girl, do you picture yourself having kids in the future? Why would that make somebody scared? Like, I don't want to waste my time talk to someone. Let's say I want to have kids 100%. On a date, I'm going to ask somebody, do you want to have kids in the future? And they're like, oh, this question is too soon. Why? I don't want to waste my time.
yeah. I mean, like Tina, when I gave her my number, she messaged me right away. You know, and it's not
Yeah.
like
I didn't wait. My friends told me to wait. I was
Which
like,
is-
why should I wait? The same night I messaged you.
yeah, you messaged me the same night. You know how nice that made me feel? There was no games.
And you messaged me back like that.
100%. I was waiting for that message as soon as I gave you my number. I was
Yeah.
like, I hope she messaged me right now. You know,
Literally, I just, because we were closing, we both worked at the mall. I closed the salon. I was a receptionist. Drove home, got there, called my friends and told them you gave me your number. And they're like, oh my God, da, da, da. Don't make sure you
were
don't call
that
him.
hype, eh?
Oh yeah, big time. Because I had told them, oh, I saw this hot guy at the mall. Because,
Nice.
I worked there and I never seen you before. So it was so weird to see you. Like, our town is not very big.
That was tucked in a tiny little cell phone store.
Yeah. And then, you were new too, right? So anyways, and then
It was
they're
a
like,
novelty,
don't do it.
the new kid in the mall.
Yeah.
Fresh blood, you know?
And you were dressed so nice. You never dress like that anymore.
I don't have a reason to. I work in construction.
No, but even when we go out, you wear athleisure clothes.
It's comfy.
Yeah. I messaged them the same night. I didn't listen to my friends, which at times friends are right, but I listened to myself. I was like, why do I have to wait? This is so stupid. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him now. And the thing is, we were friends for such a long time after that. Like we pursued each other in that way, and it became a friendship more than
I still don't
anything else.
understand how that worked out, like the dynamic of that, because it was like legitimately, like it was actually like there was attraction, but there was like this insane boundary of friendship.
Well, what do you
I
mean you don't understand? It's because I laid that out by the way I was acting. I'm not trying to be cocky, but like,
No, I get that. I know, but even in my heart, I saw you as a friend.
right?
But I was still attracted to you physically.
But never crossed that line to disrespect me.
I didn't even want to.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I wanted to, that's when we had that conversation.
Yeah, like a year and a half, something
Yeah.
like that later. Why were we talking about this? Oh, like, don't listen. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
If it's a red flag to someone that you would ask them about kids or something, then they're not the right person for you. Yeah, we went off to a couple of different things, but
Went on a tangent.
I was gonna say tantrum, and then I'm like, wait, that's a different word.
That's what little
So
kids
little
have. Actually, that's what
kids.
adults have sometimes too.
Yeah, for sure. You had that last week when you were hungry, remember?
Oh yeah.
You were like, I needed you to get up and do everything and get everything done. Did the basement stuff because we were setting this place up, and he was so mad. And I told you 3 or 4 times, I'm like, okay, but I think you're just hungry. And he was making his food while we were arguing about this. And after he ate, he was like smiling.
Sometimes it's just something that I can't control. I'm so glad she's patient. Sometimes she's not.
No, I was gonna
And
say
then I catch it.
sometimes.
Then I catch it.
Then you catch it real good.
Yeah, but it's well deserved on my behalf. Yeah, I don't know. I think people need to. You know what? I'm just like, take in mind, this is just our opinion.
Yeah, of course. This whole podcast is just our opinion.
Yeah,
we're not
but
experts.
I just want to see like more people in like successful relationships. Like, it sucks to see people divorcing, over
Yeah.
such like minor things like
Over
communication.
nothing. Yeah.
Communication, like things that, or like not talking. Well, I guess that's communication, but like not Communication would be the huge thing.
That's why, like, when you
Such
get
a
married,
huge thing.
people always say to the husbands, listen to her when she's speaking. You know how, like, those cliche,
Yeah.
happy wife, happy life, like all those things, like,
Yeah.
you need to, actually listen, blah, blah, blah. But then we don't do that. I'm not only talking about husbands either. Like, we, as people, we get into things, we're busy, whatever. We don't listen to each other. Sometimes you tell me, oh, I told you that, and I can swear you didn't, but I can tell you're not lying. So then I'm like, wow, I totally wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Same, like, vice versa. But yeah, communication is so important.
Yeah, it's everything. You have to
If
say it.
somebody doesn't communicate with you, that can be a really, like, you're dating someone and they just don't communicate. That's a red flag.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's name some things that we think are red flags, okay?
So
Maybe we can help people identify
Yes.
some that maybe they're not sure if they think are. And then at least you know that we got your back.
yeah, for sure.
So, okay,
We're 20 minutes in, by the way, just so you know.
cool.
Okay.
That's all
We
good.
have no sponsors.
We have no sponsors. We won't even take a moment for our sponsorships.
No.
Okay, so let me name one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Playing games. Like, for example, taking too long to reply, being like short.
Mm-hmm. Just to see what the person does.
Yeah.
Just to see reactions. Playing any kind of games.
Any kind of game.
Reddest flag you'll ever see.
Yeah, straight up. Okay, what do you think, Salon?
So we said lack of that emotional connection where they just don't want to give you anything
Okay.
to connect with you in any way. For example, you want to talk about family, kids, deep, not surface level conversation. They just don't want to give that to you.
Well, yeah, those are things you need to know.
Yeah.
Like that's like your future.
I don't even understand how you can have a date with someone not going into deep conversations.
Yeah,
like, what do you talk about? What's your favorite color? Like, you know what I mean?
Do you like concerts?
What kind of music do you like? No.
I don't know. I like everything.
How many kids do you want to have? How much money is in your bank? Oh my god, imagine. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like okay, so yeah, that's a good one.
What else?
I think loyalty.
For sure.
I like me personally when I would show interest in a girl, that was the only person that I'm talking to. I can't divide my attention. I literally can't. It feels wrong to like divide that attention, Like it doesn't make sense. It's strange. It almost feels like cheating,
For sure, but it also is because you're just being greedy as a person. You want to talk to so many people at the same time. I hate that.
And also like if you're somebody who's talking to multiple people, like truthfully, how can you give equal amount of attention to each person that you're talking to for them to get the full image and like full dose of who you are so they can make a educated decision on do I want to pursue you? You know what I mean? So like, cause your attention is divided.
Sadly, so many people are capable of doing that and actually giving equal attention to like 6 girls or 6 guys at the same time, like the Tinder swindler. That's what he did. And they can trick people. They're charismatic, and then on the other side, whether it's a woman or a man, they're desperate for love and attention.
Okay, I think there's a level because I think it's technically impossible because like sure maybe you're really really good at meeting those needs for like all those people, but like think if you put all that energy that you were putting into like 4, 5, 6 people into one person, damn, you'd be a phenomenal partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're not talking about crooks. We're just talking
no,
about
but I'm saying like in general.
Yeah.
And I'm going off what you were saying, like how people can do that. But I think that's like if you're like, oh, I'm talking to a couple other people. That's cool that you're honest. At least be honest about that. But like,
but also why?
Yeah, why? I think it's just important to like focus your attention on one person.
Yeah, is it because you actually don't like any of those people, so you can't pick, so you're just gonna go with all of them? You know what I mean?
But
someone needs to stand out.
I don't think. Yeah, that's the thing. Either nobody's made that impact on you enough for you to drop everyone else,
right?
yeah, it's not. I don't see that working out. I see that as settling.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what's another one for you?
I guess if you catch someone lying early on, I would say it's a huge red flag because obviously it's gonna happen again. So that loyalty and lying kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Mm-hmm. What else? If someone is a mama's boy, because I'm watching Mama's Boy, the show.
I think you can be a mama's boy with balance.
Nah.
No, not like mama's boy, like the show. I'm saying like, what if you grew up and it was just your mom who raised you, and like, you're not like putting
But
her in the middle of your relationship.
if it's normal, it won't even be called you being a
True
mama's
that,
boy.
actually. I think it's got to be an extreme for that to.
Yeah. So if somebody has to talk to their mom in order to get their approval for everything before their partner. Oh, it's so weird. What a weird show.
Yeah, that's it's borderline. Yeah, that's whack, man.
It's funny because we thought it was fake, and then we realized, wait, no, there's real people.
Some of it is fake because it's staged a bit,
For
but
sure.
real people, yeah, we did encounter that actually.
Yeah,
like-
it was so weird that on the same day we were talking about how fake the show is, we're like, this must be scripted. Like, this can't be real.
And then like a friend of ours, like, was
Some-
just telling us about someone
Yeah.
who was like that, and we're like, yo, what?
We were like, pardon me, and we know this person. It was so weird. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, being a mama's boy is another red flag. I think it's a red flag. This one's gonna be very controversial
Okay.
because I believe in both sides. If a person is rich, like wealthy rich, and they ask for a prenup right away before they even make a connection with you, you know what I mean? Or they tell you about different finances or talk about money like that before they even get to know you.
Okay.
I
So
think
right in the
that's-
beginning?
Yeah, I think that's a red flag.
Why?
Because they're not even giving you a chance to see if you're even about that kind of life.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it if you have had trouble finding a partner because you're so wealthy that and people know, maybe in your community or whatever online. And so only people come after you because of that, and you're kind of
Okay.
paranoid. I get it. And you can wait and then later on bring it up because it's obvious, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm like, okay, I'm rich or wealthy, and from the beginning I say, this is just who I am. I will never have the same, like, let's say we can never share the same bank account. I will have my own thing. You will have your own. Everything's going to be separate. Like, from that beginning time,
Mm-hmm.
it's just weird to be honest about that. And I am the person who says be honest about everything. I think there's something wrong.
Timing.
Yeah, there's
Timing,
something
yeah.
wrong with someone thinking, oh, this person is out to get my money from the get-go. I think that's a red flag.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably going to be valid arguments from both sides. I mean,
Yeah,
like one of my
it's
good friends,
controversial. Yeah.
he had to go through that,
Really?
but I think he presented it in like one of the most respectful ways. Like
he did it right away?
yeah, well, no, not right away, not at all. Like
When they were
years later,
boyfriend
when
and-
they were getting serious, and
Yeah.
it's like he did it in a very good way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it was very structured and like and respectful
Mhm.
towards his partner, and yeah, but right away is kind of like you're assuming their intent.
Yeah, it's hurtful
Right?
to the other person. So actually, James and I had this conversation, and I was like, if you were really wealthy and we were boyfriend and girlfriend, let's say for a year, 2 years, and then I realized throughout time that like this, you would prefer that, I wouldn't care. I would sign a prenup because I don't give a damn, because then I'm so confident in myself that you would see that I don't care about money. So if we ever did divorce, I wouldn't need your money to live my life. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Anything we built together, sure, I would expect that to be half-half if you ever get a
That
divorce.
makes sense.
But I wouldn't expect you to just give me everything you had before me if we end up getting a divorce. You know what I mean?
It's not fair. It's not fair.
And
Yeah.
the same, I would think about myself if I had this like wealth and then someone like you came along and then we got a divorce and I had to give you half of mine before I met you. It is unfair.
Yeah, I don't think that's cool at all.
Yeah, and I think that's where you can maybe be understanding as to the other person because they've worked hard their whole life before they met you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really love the person, you don't care about money. But I can see how it can be kind of like, what's the word? Disheartening.
For sure.
Right?
Disheartening, because it's like, it's kind of like saying, in a way, it could come across as like, you don't think we're going to make it kind of thing.
Yeah, not
You know
only
what I
that,
mean?
but
Like,
you also think that I'm with you because of money. And then you also don't think we're going to make it. So you're trying to make a plan B from the get-go. It's weird.
yeah, for sure.
There's so many topics you can talk about with red flags. You know, there's so many things. Maybe we should have thought about it in advance so we had, you know, a lot to like give. But I think we gave some good examples.
I think these are perfect examples.
What did you guys think? Let us know. I think on YouTube you can
I think
comment.
YouTube, yeah, I mean, on most
we
of
would
the...
love to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
and, you know, leave us a review too on Apple Apple Podcasts and Spotify, whatever, Google Podcasts, whatever you're listening on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hear your feedback. I feel like...
What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? You know, I'm so interested to know, like...
Yeah, because the purpose of this whole podcast is to, like, get to know the world better. We want to know, like, what people are thinking.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
We're in a different stage. We've been married for 7 years. Maybe someone, like, you guys listening have been married for 7 years, right?
Or more, or less, or not married.
Yeah. But I feel like we need to, as human beings, communicate with each other on important topics, because I'm running into people, like even people I'm talking about in the gym, like I just have the strangest conversations sometimes, and I'm thinking, like, how is this, like, why are they in this situation? Like, you know,
how
like,
did you get there?
How did you get there? You know, and I've been in some really weird situations growing up too, but it's just like, it's different now, you know, and it's like,
it's so different.
The past is kind of a little bit irrelevant. Like, I know it definitely shapes who you are as a person, but it's just not the same these days. And I feel like there's a lot of like morality dilution.
Ooh, cool.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. It's just too many choices. People just don't.
It's not as simple as it used to be, it seems, you know? And I'm sure like our parents thought like, man, it's not as simple as it used to be for us, you know? But I think it's just interesting, like, to get to know each other better, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe let us know what you want us to talk about in the comments next in regards to this topic, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we'll read and then talk about, maybe you have a situation where you want us to talk about it. We will have episodes where we will pick some questions and talk about it, especially the ones
we're definitely gonna
out.
we'll shout out some questions and give you guys some of our personal feedback.
Yeah,
you know?
that
what
way
we think, right? Like, it's all about having a conversation.
Yeah, that way we'll feel like we're actually talking to you guys. It's okay. And it'll feel nice, you know, to connect.
Yeah, we want to engage, you know. We want to connect.
So listen, final thought. If you're on a date and something throws you off so much where you're like, you know, the inside, that intuition is telling you no.
Trust me, when you know, that feeling is telling you. It just keeps
gnawing at you, you know, like, that was wrong. Like this girl on radio, believe that.
Yeah.
At the same time, have a balance where you're not going to write off people for small things that don't matter that much. Give people a chance.
Have the hard conversation.
Have the hard conversations and just be direct. Don't worry about what is playing games. Just not at all. And don't hide things from each other. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's good, babe. That's good.
Hiding things is like one of the worst
does
things.
And I'll be the first one to say, I used to hide like a lot of stupid purchases from Tina, like stupid things that I had no reason. And like, I can justify it all I want, you know, on upbringing, whatever habit. Like, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. What matters is that it affected our relationship in a negative way.
Yeah, and you have to work so hard to rebuild that. And it's
still something, you know, that we work on, because it's like it's ingrained in me to react in that certain situation. So it's taking time
Yeah.
to get out of that. And Tina's been really patient with me. It was really hard for her at first because, it's like,
Because you doubt yourself. You're like, am I
Why?
just being fooled here?
yeah,
Like,
why this
why
over
about
something so simple?
so simple and so dumb. But I think what's important for everyone is to understand that truthfulness, like we talk about that, and we learned it in Ruhi class, is the foundation of life.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's one of the
Mhm.
most important things.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think what
Yeah.
Tina said, just to recap it, follow that intuition. I
Mhm.
think for red flags, if you think it comes across as a red flag, trust it, dive into it, and base your decision. Make that hard decision.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, this was, I don't know, it kind of felt nice to vent a little bit
Literally,
about this stuff,
James and I sit and talk like this all the time, mostly in the car.
Yeah, a lot of,
Right?
yeah.
Because at home we always have either something to watch or something to do or something to eat.
Yeah, we should take more time to talk. But.
Yeah. But this is nice because now we get to do that. But the thing is, my shoulder hurts. I'm like stretching it. But it just felt like you and I just talking, which actually it is, just with a bunch of lights and cameras. It is still the two of us. But I really enjoy it. So we hope you guys enjoy it too.
For sure.
We want to make more of these and hopefully have guests.
Well, we're going to make more of these. We made a commitment. So
yeah, I had to make sure James swears and on not quitting. So that was the commitment.
I can't give her any red flags, guys.
Not after 7 years.
No.
All right.
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. And we hope that this week is an awesome week and you go into the weekend with a clear image on what a red flag is, at least from our perspective. So when you're out on the scene this weekend, you could be like, yo, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Yeah. What did Tina say? No, but we also said give people a chance. Not just go out there, see.
I don't know about you, but I never said give people a chance. Maybe I did. I don't know.
No, you should.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't be so sensitive. And who knows? Maybe we'll come back with another episode. Sometimes we can do a couple a week, right, babe?
Yeah, for sure.
So see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
See you soup.
See you soup.
Bye. Have
Bye,
a nice
guys.
week. Have a nice day.